Hi, Jen Adams here, WPLL Commissioner. Very excited to be with you for this first ever collegiate draft as we go through and pick the next 25 best players to round out our roster. In addition to having the best players in our league, we also have the best rules, some of the most innovative in the game as we go through and take this game into the future. The way our draft is going to work, I have all coaches and GMs patched in online, ready to make their selections. Each team will get 5 picks, and from there, we'll round out these rosters. As soon as I hear back from the New York fight, I'll pass it back over to you, Rachel and Lauren.
With the inaugural WPLL season upon us comes a roster of new rule changes that are built to really enhance that player and fan experience.
Yeah, I mean, we are really excited about some of these changes, and part of what the WPLL is committed to is the personal and professional development of the women involved in our sport. And alongside our professional league, we have our futures division, and these young women will have the opportunity to develop leadership skills, bravery skills, and eventually, in a few short years, be part of this draft.
And with that, it looks like our first pick is ready. Up first is New York, and with an already talented midfield led by Cummings and Stukenberg, what do you think they're going to do with their first pick?
Well, I mean, there are some really high-powered scores in the draft this year. We've got O'Miller, Murphy, Whittle. It'll be really interesting to see what New York does with that #1 pick. Let's take a look and see.
With the #1 overall pick and the first pick in the collegiate draft, the New York Fight selects Kylie O'Miller, Stony Brook Attack.
I mean, no surprise there. Kylie O'Miller with the first pick. I mean, she is a walking highlight reel. You've seen her on ESPN. You're going to see her now at the WPLL. She just broke the NCAA record for most career points and assists. Amazing. I mean, let's see what Inside Lacrosse's Hallie Quillinan has to say. She is standing by ready to give coverage. So, Hallie, what do you think?
I had a feeling that that Kylie would go first, especially when I found out New York had the pick. I feel like she fits this league like a glove. She is going to make this league better the minute she steps foot onto a playing field. She's the most dynamic attacker, and right now in the NCAA ranks, she's in a class of her own.
With the #2 overall pick and their first pick, the Baltimore Braves selects Marie McCall, North Carolina midfielder.
I think this is a fantastic pick. If you're talking about O'Miller going 1 in your minds, you instantly think McCool is #2. And the reason I really like this pick for Baltimore is heading into the draft, they were not too deep at the midfield position. Right now, they have 5 middies on this roster. The way these rule changes are going to affect this game that we're going to be seeing this summer, you're going to need depth. You're going to need fast, speedy midfielders that can play both sides of the ball and that are going to be subbing in and out of the box interchangeably with each other. I think Marie McCool, she's going to be obviously one of the youngest players in the league, but one of the most talented at the midfield position. So, for a team looking to build its midfield, there's not really a better player to do that around than Marie McCool. And, looking at this roster, I think one player I'm excited to see her reunite with is Laura Zimmerman, former Heels and Team USA Middies.
With the 3rd overall pick and their first pick, the Philadelphia Fire selects Gussie Johns, USC goalkeeper.
I think the role of Gussie as a goalkeeper, obviously there is no coach in this league more familiar with Gussie right now than Coach Freed. He thought a lot of her, so much so that he elected to bring her to England last year. Obviously she saw a lot of playing time in the World Games in Poland. Most of these teams have fantastic goalkeepers. I look at right now this Philadelphia team, I think the 3 of the top 5 or 6 goalies in the league are on this team. So I'm excited to see how Ricky utilizes them, and great pickup by Philadelphia.
With the 4th overall pick and their first pick in the WPLL college draft, the New England Command selects Katie O'Donnell, Penn State midfielder.
A great pick for the New England Command with Katie O'Donnell, who is having just an incredible senior year. She is a true two-way midi who gets it done on both sides of the ball. With the speed of this game and some of these rule changes, she is going to be invaluable to the New England Command this summer.
Absolutely, and you talk about those alumni connections. I mean, she's joining Steph Lazo and Allie Heavens, hoping to get, a lot of those Nittany Lions connections out there on the field. So super excited to see what they can come up with.
I think Katie O'Donnell is one of the most underrated players in college lacrosse. I think she has been throughout the course of her career. Penn State's had its ups and downs this year, but Katie O'Donnell is just such a gamer. She is so competitive. Recently Penn State's been able to pull out big wins, and it's been on Katie O'Donnell's back.
With the 5th overall pick at their first pick in the draft, the Upstate Pride selects Megan Whittle, Maryland Attack.
Personally, super excited about this pick. I mean, getting the chance to play on the same sideline as Megan Whittle is going to be fantastic. She's such a dynamic attacker.
Absolutely, a prolific scorer for University of Maryland in the last 4 years. She recently broke Jen Adams' record, and will also be reunited with Olivia Hump, a teammate from Team England this summer.
With their 2nd pick and their 6th overall, the Upstate Pride selects Shayna Parekha, Florida Attack.
Wow, another attacker for the Upstate Pride. We just saw them pick Megan Whittle, now Shayna Parekha. We already have LaxAllStars and Molly Stevens on their attacking end. They are going to be a force in the offensive zone this summer. Lauren, any thoughts?
I mean, absolutely. We could talk about the athleticism and the creativity all day, but it does look like our next pick is ready, so let's see who's next.
For their 2nd pick and the 7th overall, the New England Command selects Casey Bear, Virginia midfielder.
Wow, another midfield pick for the New England Command. Casey Bear is a powerhouse in the midfield. We do expect to see some 2-point shots from her this summer. She is joining an already strong midfield group there, and it looks like Pat and Ravishaw are continuing their strategy of versatile players for their command team this summer.
Absolutely. And up next, we have Ricky Freed, who's been surprising us all day, so let's see what he has in store for us.
With their 2nd pick and the 8th overall, the Philadelphia Fire selects Shannon Fitzgerald, midfielder from Johns Hopkins.
With the addition of Shannon Fitzgerald, Ricky Freed is really adding some firepower to his midfield this summer. He's got the goalie position locked up, and now he's really looking at Fitzgerald to partner with Nielsen and really be a 1-2 punch for the Fire this summer.
Absolutely. And 2 spots remaining in this top 10. Excited to see who the Baltimore Braves selects.
With their 2nd pick and 9th overall, the Baltimore Braves selects Jenna Collins, midfielder from Navy.
Huge week for Jenna Collins. Not only is she the first Navy player to be selected into the WPLL, but she also just hit her 200th goal mark. So congrats, Jenna. Super excited to see that attacking power continuing into the WPLL.
Yeah, and having played for Cindy Timchall, she is both mentally and physically prepared to take her game to the next level. Really excited to see what Jenna does this summer. Rounding out our top 10, we have the New York Fight. Let's see who they pick.
With their 2nd pick and the 10th overall, the New York Fight selects Courtney Murphy, Stony Brook midfielder.
Courtney Murphy, in my opinion, the steal of the draft. I mean, just broke the NCAA career scoring record, so a super explosive attacker for this currently undefeated Stony Brook team.
Yeah, I mean, how exciting for her and Kylie Allmiller to continue to play together again. Two New York natives playing for the New York Fight. You really can't ask for much more than that.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's our top 10 right there.
We have 15 spots remaining for our inaugural WPLL season. While our coaches make these selections, we will bring in Molly Stevens, your teammate on the Upstate Pride, to talk about our top 10 takeaways.
Molly, thanks so much for joining us. Excited to hear your thoughts on the top 10.
Thanks, I'm excited to be here. So the biggest thing is there were 5 out of the top 10 that are middies. So with the new rule changes, the speed of the game is going to be really fast, so those middies are going to be needed. Another thing is the variety of the programs. So it's really great to see all of these programs in the draft. And lastly, teammates get to reunite and rivals get to play with one another. So that's always fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll be taking the field together on the same sideline for the first time. What are you looking forward to most?
Getting new teammates, playing against new players, playing against my idols that I had. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Me too.
And we are excited now to see the next 15 rounding out the collegiate draft. On New York, Kayleen Hart, BC. Lindsay Darrell, Northwestern. Sarah Brown, Colorado.
For Baltimore, Kristen Gaudian, James Madison, Caitlin Montalbano, Towson, and Alex Condon, UPenn.
On Philly, Sheila Nesselbush, Northwestern. Emily Gillingham, Towson. Maddie Crutchfield, Duke.
For New England, Emily Rogers-Helian, UPenn, Taylor Hench, Maryland, and Tess Chandler, BC.
On Upstate, Lydia Sutton, USC, Elena Romsberg, JMU, Riley Donahue, Syracuse. And that concludes the inaugural WPLL Collegiate Draft.
You can find the schedule and all of our latest information on our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Pro Women's Lax. And we'd like to give a huge thank you to our online retail partner, Longstreth. You can get your favorite team's gear there. Visit longstreth.com.
And from all of us at the WPLL, thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you on the field.